Hey, there we go. Welcome back. My name is Jeff Fritz, and welcome back to my live stream. Today is March 12th, 2019, and we're going to write a little bit of code today. Gosh, it's 6 o'clock. It's Tuesday. I've got my Everest Expedition Leader hat. Check that out. I love that. On the brim, Expedition Leader. Actually, it's this way, isn't it? And I've never been to Everest, but I've been to the ride at Disney. That should count for something, shouldn't it? No, never been to Everest. Been to the Everest roller coaster. That's about it. That's about as far as I go. Haven't been east of, Prague. Haven't been west of Seattle. There's that whole continent of Asia and Australia. I just haven't been to either one of them. Haven't been to Africa either, for that matter. That's a thing. How's it going there, chat room? I see a couple friends here. McNerdius is here. Hello. Pew, pew. Om Ganesh. Happy Tuesday. Willie Brandon. Thanks so much for the follow. Look forward to seeing you in the chat room, Willie. Let's see here. I want to get some music playing in the background while we're getting folks set up. Stelzy's here. Hello. Yep, at the right time. Hofling. Hello. Happy Tuesday. Yes, happy Tuesday. And Smabs here. Hello. Thanks so much for the follow. Let me get down over here to the music to code by. This is, you know what, I feel like cyan today. There we go. This is music from our friend Mr. Carl Franklin. This is music to code by, songs that are designed to get you in the flow, get you in the groove, so that whatever task you're working on, whether it's writing code, doing your homework, or chores around the house, kind of fades away and you get to focus on exactly what it is that you're working on. Check it out, mtcb.pwop.com. That's P-W-O-P. Actually, I think if you fire the music command there in the chat room, just like that, it'll tell you. There you go. There's where you can find it. And you can get all of the songs. I believe the price is now $35. Each song is 25 minutes long, about the length of a Pomodoro. Listen to the song. When the song's over, take 5 minutes. Go do something else. Get a drink. Go to the bathroom. Whatever. And then sit down and refocus. Play the next song. It's really great stuff. Yeah, there you go. All right. Thanks so much, Carl. We appreciate you letting us use, allowing us to listen to your music and write code together here on the stream. Let's get this party started. Hey, Michael Jolly, good to see you. You've got withdrawal. All right. I have something to share with you. And you know what? I didn't update. Did I update? I don't think I updated our... Oh, no, I did. Oh, good. I was going to say, I didn't think I updated the window there, the box with the events. So I want to share this with you. Something cool that just happened. Look at that. Look at that. Let's zoom in there a little bit. I've ordered stickers for MVP Summit next week. We've got the Rainbow Bearded Clippy coming with me to MVP Summit. So for the folks that are there, absolutely, you're going to get a chance to get your very own Rainbow Bearded Clippy. Yeah, that's a thing. Rainbow Bearded Clippy. Yeah, that's totally a thing. So I'll have a bunch to hand out there, and I'm ordering lots more for when we go to build. I'll take some with me to Code Stock in April. And are we live on Summit? Well, we're going to have a couple live shows from the Summit, yes. The event itself will not be streamed. Will these be on the shop? That's a great question, Maz. I should do that. Let me work on that and get back to you. Absolutely. I think we can do something with that. Makes you wish you were an MVP? Well, there's a nomination process. Other MVPs can nominate you. Microsoft employees can nominate you, and you can, with proper evaluation, join the ranks, and then you can qualify to be at the summit. Hope they pick your talk for build. Oh, the selection process for build, I understand, is quite arduous. Quite. Best of luck to everybody that's submitted for it. I don't have any influence in that process. It's out of my hands. I can tell you what kinds of things they're looking for. Nope. Ahofling, it's they found that with the MVP process, when they allowed anyone to be able to nominate anyone, there were some folks that abused that badly. And there were literally thousands of nominations because everybody at this user group decided to nominate the people sitting next to them. And the folks at that company decided to nominate all of the folks sitting next to them. So you ended up with thousands of folks coming in that literally had 0 qualifications, which makes it difficult and annoying to a point with that. Hey, Ancient Coder, good to see you. Good evening. So, yeah, you know what, I'm going to take a note there. I like that idea, Moz. Put the, and you know what, I may wait till, so, Corgi Candy, she's an artist. You can find her on Twitter. Let's go to her site. Twitter.com, Corgi Candy. She makes a lot of emotes on Twitter, on Twitch, I'm sorry. And they're really, really cool. Check them out. She's redoing our .NET bot. So it's not exactly the .NET bot, but it's going to be more of Fritz's bot. And we're gonna get some 6 emotes that are all inspired by that, as well as an update to the rainbow bearded Clippy. She's got tremendous artwork here. I really like what she's done. Let me put that link over here in the chat room so that you can check her out. And then I want to put a shout out in here for the Michael Jolly, not just any old Michael Jolly, the Michael Jolly. There you go. He started streaming. Check out his stream. He's doing some great stuff getting started over there. I haven't had a chance to stop by. You've been streaming at times where I've either had a meeting or something else going on. But check him out. There he is. He's right there. Stop by and say hello. Drop him a follow. Let him know that you're interested in his coding over there. Hey, Brave Cobra. Good to see you. Not the fake Mike Jolly. The real Mike Jolly. So there you go. I also... Very Badgeful hat. Yes, this is my Mount Everest the roller coaster hat. So, the other thing I want to share with you is we have a new member of the Brave Cobra 2 does stream also. Let's put a shout out there for Brave Cobra. Brave Cobra 2. Yeah, this is Corgi Candy has some amazing emotes here. Really, really great stuff. Right, just looking through the custom emotes here, they are fantastic. So, check her out. She's got really great stuff. I love the link down here. So, the other thing I wanted to share was we have a brand new member of the Live Coders team. I want to make sure that we recognize him. We send folks over there. And it is none other than InstaFluff. Right? He's now hosting someone else. That's okay. We're not going to listen to someone else. But you got to check out InstaFluff's. There you go. Quick shout out for him. He's doing live coding, but he does very family-friendly live coding. Very, very kind, very outgoing. You've got to check him out. If you have kids and they are interested in learning to code, he's very family friendly. He's writing stuff that's fun to build together. Make sure you check out InstaFluff out there. Very cool stuff. Vax! Oh my gosh. Yeah, all right, can is there any? Yeah, I'm going to put a shout out there for Vex Effects while I'm here. Oh my gosh. Vex is another great streamer, building all kinds of cool special effects stuff over there on his channel. A tremendous leader in the creative community. Really, really good stuff. check out his channel if you're interested in seeing all kinds of special effects stuff. I was over there and you were making some skulls and you were aging them so they looked all decrepit and stuff. Like, but very cool to see that process as it happens. So, Teal Old Man, hello, hello. Good to see you. So today I wanted to spend some time. You're doing a bit of coding. Oh my gosh. Here to learn more. All right, terrific. Refactored Quill Tony's guest code a bit. I did see that, Brave Cobra. I want to talk because I had to make some adjustments to get your code to fit in with where the actual code works. There were a couple of interfaces that I needed to make sure it connected into properly. Nothing too bad. So what I want to talk about today, we've been building features. I thought I removed that Connect Aha logo. Rats. I'm going to have to get rid of it. Anyways, that event's over. We've been working on this project up here. This is my StreamDeck dashboard set of plugins for the Elgato StreamDeck. You remember the Elgato StreamDeck. It looks like this. It lets me program all kinds of fun buttons on it. But I've specifically got 2 buttons down here that will run my unit tests for me. They'll let me test code, and then because the button is interactive and will show different images on it, it'll report back the progress on those tests. So I don't have to have an extra window open or some other tool. If I'm programming and I'm using a different editor than Visual Studio that doesn't have integrated testing, I can have this button here managing and reporting back what's happening. So we're going to tune that a little bit. We're going to extend this a little bit here and add some features to this. Unit testing with the StreamDeck. Yes. Oh, check this out. When I click on this, so there's the title that I've put on it, and that title is actually going to go away. As soon as I press the button, it'll start running my tests. So I pressed the button and it didn't do anything. I got an error. You know what? It's because I have this running in debug mode. And now I feel bad. Now I feel shame. I know. I'm gonna go find. I should go find that sound effect before I restart the StreamDeck. So it pushes the button or it gets the tests. All right, that's pretty good. That's pretty good, Michael Jolly. That's how live tech demos go. Yes. Yes. When things are live, things break in more interesting ways than you might expect. Come on. I told it to restart the thing. Start the thing. Do the thing. Let's go. Don't make me wave my hand at you. All right. Thank you. Now it's running. So this one is StreamDeck dashboard. I'm going to attach to that. This one is my sample plugin I don't care about. It shouldn't actually be running the sample plugin. It's not even here. Interesting. Okay. So over here, there, let that run. And now it's kind of in the background. So what I should be able to do now is press this button. There it goes. Now it's running my tests, and then it's going to come back and tell me the success of those tests. There we go. Passed one, failed one. There we go. And I can go in and change those tests. Right? Assert this is true, and I pass in false. If I tell it that should be true. When I... Let's move this so you can see the button there on the side. Save that. That file is saved. And I didn't even touch the StreamDeck, and it's rerunning the tests. And it'll come back, and it should tell me. There we go. Everything's green. 2 passed. None failed. Fantastic. Your internet is down, and neither works right now? Ugh. Ugh. Oh, that's a pain. StreamDeck as DevOps dashboard. Exactly, Moz. That's some of the other actions that I'd like to build. Might not get to them today, but I want to build one that reports the status of my build from either from Azure DevOps, or and I can press it and fire a build manually, or maybe I have a button that shows me the status of my Azure web application, and be able to have some of that. Uh-oh. Now, why didn't I get the sound for the Raiders? Stream Elements, you're letting me down here. 10 Raiders from Wookiee. There it comes. Thank you so much, Wookie, for bringing over some raiders. Hello, hello. Thank you for joining us. Welcome in. It's great to see you. My name is Jeff Fritz, and we're writing a little bit of code today, extending and building features for the Elgato StreamDeck. Yeah, I need a raid defense, and I need a raid defense video. I started working on a raid defense video. I need to get back on that. Raid defense video, raid defense text, right? The defend command, right? You've seen the defend command in other places. There you go, some hype. Thank you, Ancient Coder. Welcome, Raiders. It's so great to see you. And we're going to continue writing a little bit of code here, enhancing the StreamDeck, writing a feature here that lets us run unit tests in the background. So what we finished last time we were working is I can navigate away from this, come back, and it remembers the state of those tests. So that's pretty good. Maybe defend should be the fierce kitten's fart noises. Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. No. Can we get the raid improved? The raid icon is one of the ones that Corgi Candy is improving. Oh yeah, let's do the thing. Absolutely. Yes, you saw the title? You're doing some React.js stuff on stream since you've been learning web dev. Yeah, Wookie, drop me a line on Twitter. I see your partner status. We've been building the Live Coders team here, and you can see down here below me, right, a link to that team. If you've been doing a lot of coding, thank you for the follow. Maybe it makes sense for us to join up and get you on the team. So drop me a line on Twitter, same handle on Twitter, and let's chat. So I did have folks ask me what's involved, what's it take to become a member of the Live Coders team. So we have a Live Coders GitHub. There's the Live Coders GitHub, and I put together a quick list of the qualifications that we had discussed as the first four, the OG Live Coders. I've got a record here that was 142 bits from Carrie, and I'll get these posted in. So I'm looking for 5 things. We're looking for 5 things for folks to join the team. We want you to have Twitch affiliate or partner status. That kind of makes sense. We want to see some commitment to the platform. During broadcasts, we want to see Live Coders politely answer questions from viewers. Great. Thanks so much, Wookie. Yeah, maybe we can do something together here. We want to make sure that Live Coders are promoting positive, inclusive, and welcoming chat rooms. No brands, no company accounts. You will not see the Visual Studio account as part of the Live Coders team. That's just the way it is, okay? And we want to see folks that regularly write code, make hardware with technology. Other content's cool, but we want to see regularly working on some things with tech. So, getting there? Fantastic. Does it have to be polite? It'd be preferred. Oh my. I don't think that's asking too much. Let me pull this down just a smidge. There we go. No rude gestures. No cussing. No. Cussing, if that works for you, is fine. But I don't want to see it cussing out the chat room, right? What is the step they need to take if they meet the requirements? That's the part I had to stop at. I was going to write down here. Part of me thinks what might be fun is tell you to create an issue. Create an issue with a link to who you are, and we'll assign somebody to take a look. So, yes, we're going to include lots of, well, community members. What's it mean, community members? We're looking for, planning to run a stream once a week. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. You don't have to be employed by Microsoft or somebody. We're looking for folks that are, those couple of requirements here. So, and then we'll start bringing folks in and set up a, what's it called? Set up some space on Discord, go forth and really try and make this something compelling as a whole platform to learn on, not just Jeff teaching .NET or Sue's teaching about JavaScript. or InstaFluff teaching, right? It's going to be, right, a whole bunch of really inclusive and outgoing folks. So, couldn't advertise your new stream better than that? Well, we could do this. We could do that. You'd love to hear more? Yeah, we're getting there. I've got to take time to do this. And unfortunately, I'm right up against MVP Summit, and I'm the MC there. So I need to make sure that that gets done first. And then I can hammer away on some of this stuff. And then I've got bots for Quilt Tony, and then I'm redeploying the bot for Dryad T, and I've got videos to make, and day job. Wow, it's a lot. It's a lot. You'd love to learn how to control some of your web overlay tech with the StreamDeck. Let's talk about that. They're all coded as a socket IRC. Okay. So what I've done, what we have here, we have, thank you for getting me back on topic, Vex. Thank you. How do I manage all that stuff? It's distracting. It's really distracting. There we go. Now you can see my face a little bit better. We have a toolkit out here under Fritz and Friends. If you write C#, if you write .NET, called the StreamDeck Toolkit. This is available out on NuGet. You can install this and, right, you can install the template from NuGet. There it is, .NET New-I. This will work on Windows and on Mac. Create a new plugin, and then you start filling out and build it out, and it'll work great. Atomic J, thanks so much for the host. Great to see you out there, friends. Thanks for coming over. My name is Jeff Fritz. There we go. I'm a program manager for Microsoft, and we're writing a little bit of code building features for the Elgato Stream Deck. Hey there, Atomic J. Atomic J is another streamer on the Live Coders team. Missed how to get started writing Twitch plugins. Oh my gosh. Let's throw a shout out to Atomic J while we're here. Thanks so much for stopping in, bringing over some friends there from your channel. Phenomenal. So we're going to jump back in here. I've been using that template to set up what's called an action. And when you look at the Stream Deck here, each one of these types of buttons that you can drag over here, these ones are called actions. The group of them up at the top, right, like here, OBS Studio, this is called a plugin. So you have a plugin that contains actions. And now we have that capability with our plugin that we've built over here. I've started building out an action. Here it is, unit test action. And this has a couple of methods that you override in order to hook up and listen to the Stream Deck so you know when the button is pressed, when different things happen, so that you can set the image on your button properly, set the text properly. So, hey, Knock Andrea, good to see you. Am I pronouncing that right? I feel like it's Knock Andrea. So, it's a fantastic sunny day in Ohio. Ohio. Ohio?
Don't come near Ohio. The Sith live there.
How's that? Is that all right? Did you long press detection built in, or do we have to roll your own? You have to roll your own right now. What's interesting about... So, what Electric Havoc is referencing is inside of this action to do the unit tests. So this is a base Stream Deck action with a settings object. I have methods for the event handler on key down. So this is when you press the button. I log some information, and then I start a timer when you press down. When you release the timer, when you release the timer. When you release the button, it fires this method, and I go and check, well, how many seconds was that held down? And I capture that, reset the timer, and then I check, is it longer than 2 seconds? If so, stop the tests. Ooh, Wookie, that's a cool emote. I like it. That's pretty cool. I think we were around 50. Yeah, we were Yeah, something around there. Typical UK day. Yeah, Wookie, those are some epic emotes. So this is how I'm detecting whether you've pressed the button, you've released the button. When you release the button and you're not stopping it because you've held it for a long time, I'm going to go and start the tests. And then when this... Oh, I just did it. I just did it.
And then?
I have a method down here called start tests that actually figures out if there is a project set, start the tests, start a new process, and right now it calls .NET watch test. The thought is once we get this running reliably, we could set this up to run JUnit tests, NPM tests, whatever, and just allow that to be configured here.
And then?
As the tests are running, see I have this process that's running in the background. And as I receive... Oh my gosh, Michael Jolly, thank you so much for gifting that sub over to Wookie. I'll make a donation to Black Girls Code. And we're going to make sure that Wookie gets access to all of our cool emotes. Thank you. How would you mock out the timer? I'm not thinking about that yet. Brave Cooper, not thinking about that yet. Just get it running. Hold on to that thought, Electric Havoc. Let me finish explaining. So I wire up and then the handlers, event handlers to that process. I'm receiving, whenever anything's output in that thread that the process is running in, I'm receiving that text and I'm going to go handle it somewhere else. I start the process and start reading lines from it. But down here, whenever I get data, I start detecting, right? Where is it? I start detecting exactly what it is that it's doing, right? Did you report test results? Well, if you did, capture that value and set the button state. So Electric Havoc says, is it possible to call other plugin actions from a custom action? What I'm getting at is a long press to start and stop streaming. What you'll find, you could call other classes, sure. You can set up a multi-action inside of the StreamDeck. So you have one button that triggers other buttons behind the scenes. Yeah, there you go. There's the .NET bot. So this is all wired up, and there's two other events that we were working on, and it's around on will appear and on will disappear. And these are what fire when you're using the StreamDeck and you navigate into a folder or you navigate away from the folder, right? And I get these same interactions when I'm pressing the buttons on the actual device. I just happen to be clicking with the mouse so you can see me actually do these things, okay? Kind of hard to see my finger. And it feels stupid to have a camera just to show me pressing a button when the mouse is in front of it. You want to make a custom action that for options takes an action, but is only active when pressed for 3 seconds or a certain number of seconds, I guess. Okay, that's interesting. Sure. Very doable. You're going to need to roll your own. But I mean, you saw it's 3 lines of code. Big deal. And you're welcome to steal this code. All of this code is licensed MIT. It's all available on GitHub. And you can see my GitHub repository below. All right. So what I was curious to do, because we now set the project name here when it finishes, but the project name isn't set while it's running, right? So if I hold down this button for at least those 2 seconds and release, it's going to stop running. It's supposed to stop running. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. That's at least 3 seconds. So now if I let go, it should stop. No, it's continuing to run. And I feel bad.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
Yeah, I did that.
Shame. Shame.
So, yeah, okay,
Shame.
okay, fine. Go away, lady. I'm going to reattach the debugger. So I have a debugger out here. This is called StreamDeck Dashboard. Why do I have 2 of them running? That could be a problem. Does it think? No, it thinks I only have 1 of these running. Now, oh, you know what? It has 2 of them running because I have 2 instances. No. Wait a sec. What is the smiley face? Oh, great question, Wookie. So, of course, this is the number of followers that I have. This is the number of viewers that we currently have. This is my GitHub repository. And that'll change. Over there is my follower goal that we have set up. Oh my gosh, and here comes Robert Tables. Welcome, Raiders. Thank you so much for joining us from Robert Tables' stream. I'll finish explaining that smiley face in just a second. Great to see you. Thanks so much for joining us. My name is Jeff Fritz, and we're writing a little bit of code to automate and build features into the Elgato StreamDeck. Hello, Mr. Frackberg, and the heck emotes are here from over there, and Pac-Man Jr. Hello, hello. Yes, that is the trending sentiment. So there's Wookie, check this out. I wrote a feature for our bot that does sentiment analysis of every message in chat. So if it's a positive message, it'll trend towards 100%. If it's a negative message, it'll trend closer to 0. 50% is neutral. And this is showing the smiley face is what it thinks the last messages that it processed were. Positive or negative. Positive, it's a smiley face. Negative, it's a frowny face. And then the arrow shows which way it's trending. Parathon! Happy birthday, Parathon. Thanks so much. 1 year with us. That is tremendous. Thank you so much for your support. And we'll make another donation to Black Girls Code, like we are with all of our subs and cheers this quarter. Thank you very, very much. Rating seems to send the sentiment down. I agree, Smab. So, Wookie, what we're looking at doing here, what I need to figure out, and what you might guess is, what's an emote? Is an emote positive or negative? Is that, wow, Sayubi and Kendall from Baltimore. Thank you so much for the follows. Look forward to seeing you in the chat room. Yeah, I didn't set the project. So exactly, which are those positive or negative sentiment? And the default Azure sentiment analysis doesn't know which way to rate those. So what we're thinking of doing is let's write some custom cognitive analysis, some custom code in a future stream with somebody who's an expert in machine learning to allow us to tune and say, well, these emotes are positive and these emotes are negative. And when they appear, they'll affect the sentiment analysis appropriately. And then we'll have a little bit of fun with it at that point. So, all right. I'm getting some interesting messages over here on my phone that I'm very happy to see. Very, very happy to see. Nothing that I can share here, but let's move on. So clearly I've got a bug here where I'm trying to press this button.
And then?
It should be stopping the unit test process.
And then?
It keeps on running anyway. So let's see if we can fix this real quick. I think it does sound like an awesome idea, but I'm going to bring in an expert to help me with that. Can one of the mods set a project for me there that indicates that we're working on the what's this? This thing, the StreamDeck dashboard. Hey, Nightshade dude, good to see you. Good afternoon, early evening. Yeah, that was my G Fuel dealer. Was.
Wait, Master. It might be dangerous.
It's not dangerous at all. G Fuel is amazing.
Totes my goats.
And then
And
we're going to go back to writing code. So I should be able to... I'm going to check... Now, see, I've got the... We were looking for the StreamDeck process, and there's 2 of them here. So I want to... I need to detach. All right, hang on. Debug. Stop debugging. So this is Visual Studio 2019 release candidate that we're working with. The Visual Studio 2019 release candidates are available free for you to try, and we're going to have the announcement, the StreamDeck, the Visual Studio release workshop. I'll be hosting live from Channel 9 right here on this stream in about a month. Preview 4 and the release candidate are both released at the same time. G Fuel Dealer. You might not like the Candy Man, but you sure like the candy. Yes, I do. And today I've got, what is this? Rainbow Sherbet. Preview. Is it preview 4? Yeah. I'm not calling you. Honest, I'm not. Not just this month, Janescu. Thursday we'll have the Windows Development Workshop. Friday we have a... Now it's still giving me that thing. All right, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to stop, rebuild this, so it starts and stops my StreamDeck and attaches appropriately. The Windows Development Workshop that's coming up on Thursday, I've got a bunch of folks that you're going to be interested in seeing, including Brian Lagunas, Jeff Huntley, and we're going to show you a couple things about building and working with applications for Windows. Rainbow Sherbet, yeah. Is that in preparation for the Rainbow Beard? Oh, Nightshade Dude, I think it's going to be coming. I think we're going to be getting there. These folks are following along, and I could have problems. I could have big problems. Big problems. All right, let me reset these. So now if I press the button to start, there we go. It's going to kick off my process. There it is. It's running. Good. All right, so it ran. Now I want to hold it down for at least 2 seconds. So I'll let go. And now it thinks my elapsed seconds. Why does it think my elapsed seconds are 0? The button hold timer was not null. It was set down here. Right there. Oh, you know what? Yeah. Hang on. Stop the press. You keep going. Go ahead. Now it's going to try and run. It's running the thing here. Thank you, Brave Cobra. Rainbow hat? No. No, not a rainbow hat. All right, I'm going to press and hold down the button. Okay, now look, the on key down isn't hitting the no tests running. What does it think the state is? It does think no tests running. It's like no test watching. No. So what I think is happening here is if I look at this, when I press the button, right? So I'm holding the button down still. I'm going to have to switch sides here. It thinks no tests are running, even though the tests are, while they're not actively running, it's monitoring. And I want to be able to clobber the process and stop it. It told you that it didn't exist. I thought I had a fix for that. We'll have to get into that. Nope, that's good. I'm looking at the sentiment analysis appears to have stopped. It shouldn't have stopped. Oh! Oh my gosh. It's a Nightbot command. No, it is not, actually. That's why. Title isn't a command that I have. So, yeah. I thought coding... Yeah. Robert Tables with the 140... What's with 142? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to drop those right in here. So we do a thing here on stream with what I call cheer graffiti. When one of our friends in chat cheers, yeah, we record it inside of our code. Robert Tables. There we go. And it sticks with our code and it'll follow us. It'll follow the code. And then we've got some analysis that we can run so we can generate a supporters page later. All right, so let's look down here. They're playing Leapfrog for the cheer title. Oh, is that it? Oh my gosh, the battle is on. So maybe we need a title command inside of my stream tools. That's not too bad to build. We can do that. So it was while the tests are out here and running. right? I think state is tests running. So that should have happened when tests start. And then at some point, it changed the state again. Where else is it changing the state? So I'm going to jump over to here, and I'm going to use... this is Code Lens up at the top here. You'll also find this in Visual Studio Code. You can click this, and it'll tell you everywhere that this thing is referenced. So I can clearly see, here's some if statements, and here's where it's setting the various states to no tests running. So where is that? No tests running. It's set button from... okay. So maybe I don't want no tests running. Maybe I need a state that says tests being monitored. So that I know it's not running, but it's waiting for the next test. So, cool. Thank you very much, Brave Cobra. I appreciate you opening that issue for us. That's great. That's great stuff. So I will go back to that. You know what I could have done while I was up here? I have a back button on my mouse. I can hit the back button. It'll jump right back to where I was. So I'm going to change this now to test watching. So I know that it's in that monitor state. If I try this again, it'll kill my StreamDeck, deploy the code, restart the StreamDeck, all in one shot here. We built a little debugger step there so we can look at this. So... crap, I attached the wrong one. Now I feel shame again. All right, I want this one. There we go. Yep, good. So now I should be able to go down into here, click this thing. All right, so I click that button that says foo, and it's... Yep, good. Now it's running. And now I should be able to hold down the button and stop it, right? So now it's detected that I'm holding down the button, and it started the timer appropriately. Okay. And now I'll let go, and now I should get elapsed seconds, right? There we go. Fantastic. So we got that fixed, and it stopped. Good. When I click on it, I'd really like to remove that title. But I can't. It's still there. And now I feel bad. Because I'm not honoring that title. I cleared out the title. But I don't know what the title should be. Let me come back to that. That's going to be a thing. I know it. Right? So, stop tests. Let's just make sure it reset that. Yeah, set it to no test running. Good. And this kills my background process that's actually running and monitoring the tests. So I'm in a good place there. So that's fixed. What else did we need to do? We needed to... I'm now showing the project title on the button. I think that's all I wanted for these. What do you think, chat room? Are there other things that I need to add into this button capability before I say let's crack open and take a look at interacting with Azure DevOps and build a second action? Unit tests. Oh. Shouldn't the title be set to project name? Oh, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. Let's do that. So let's stop this. So instead of set title to blank, let's set it back to the name of our project. We have that. We have that. Settings model dot project name. And if we do want to put some sort of a stopped with that, right? We could put a thing like that. Not stopped. And we should probably make that kind of the default also. Right? So that when you first come into it, if there is Electric Havoc, 10 bits for unit tests. All right. All right. We'll do unit tests. Don't say I don't listen to you. I tell you. Who is that? Electric Havoc. 12.3. There we go. When you enter here, on will appear. On will appear. Where is it? On. There it is. If the unit test process equals null, set button from test results async. Set title async. Yeah. Oh, if it isn't running, otherwise return. Well, no. Otherwise, what we should do is we should say set title async. No, it's not that one. It's where'd it go? This one, right? That. And that's assuming we have a project name, right? And that's StreamDeck payload args. Do I have a context? And I should make this async because we want to be able to await down here. There it goes. And then I'm not returning a task. Now I can await that. Or, you know what? No. Let's get rid of that. Get rid of the async. And have it return that. Let's make this an else if. Settings model. Project name. I want that to be. Is it? Make sure it's not is null or empty. A lot of back and forth when I write code. Feels weird. Else. So if we do have a project and it's not currently running, just set the title to this stopped. Otherwise, it's completed task. So now we should get something. There ain't no escaping. There ain't no escaping.
First, take a big step back.
Okay, Len. Okay, Len. Len Grossman over there, our producer, Len Grossman. Say hello, Glenn. Say hello, Len. Tell the folks what you think of the show.
A nutless monkey can do your job.
Whoa! That's out of line over there. You're getting a little out of control here, Len.
I will rain down an ungodly firestorm upon you.
No. Please don't do that. I already feel...
Shame.
All right, here we go. Lurk? Yeah, we've got a lurk. Time to make some dinner. Potato chip chicken bites. Project name on running would be nice. Project name on running. Okay. That makes sense. So when it's in running state. Right? So here, unit tests running. So if we change the title there as well, right after we start, that's not right. That's not right. There, let me step, I won't step forward. Right here, I don't want to return it. Manager set title async. And let's change that to say running. Okay. See how that works. They're starting a war. Starting a war? All right. StreamDeck dashboard. No! Now I feel shame. Why was it on? Why did it go there? Fine, we'll debug over there in that Visual Studio. Have it your way. Is that it? Wow. I love the hex. I love the hex. The Fifi. And I'm in my head, I'm trying to convert that back to numbers. And I can't do that calculation fast enough. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. Well, that's good. It says stopped on both of these. And then if I touch the test one, test running, but it didn't change the image. Now it changed the image. Okay. So let's come back over here. Let's change the U. 2017. Go. No. 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 All right. Let's change this. I actually need that. Where's it setting the image here? Output data received. Yeah, right here. That. So let's do this, and I'll throw a big old weight in front of it. Yeah, I think we're good. Let's see how that runs. 16707566. Really? That looks like a phone number. Looks like. All right, StreamDeck dashboard. Now, why is it asking for a new instance of these things? Sample plugin. No. Hang on, I gotta. Oh, come on. Fine. All right. Here, there's this one. And it's, yeah. Let me restart. Oh, darn it. This. 242. Oh, and the ASP.NET Community Stand-Up just started. Look at that. Look at that. All right, I see how this works. I see how this works. My own channel's unhosted me and hosting something else. I see how this works. Let's rebuild. And start this. Okay, and it should start StreamDeck. There it is. Now I can attach. That one. Don't care about that. All right. You're watching both as usual. Impressive. I've got to put Carrie's cheer in there. There we go. Test stopped. Stopped. All right. So now if I press this to run, now it says test running. Still says test running. Fantastic. And then it'll come back. Okay. So I'll click this one to get this running, and I'll touch that one, and it should start running as well. Well, it already is running. Oh, I can't change it. So now I've got both of them running, and that's a little bit wide, but I'm okay with what it's got there. We were talking about putting an ellipsis in there. That's not too bad. So if it's longer, so what are we looking at? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Well, hang on. Let's just count the ones that are visible. So ORE 3, 7, 8, 11 characters are visible going across at this font size. So if we want to put an ellipsis in the middle, and there's 11 characters visible, that means take off 3. That means we can have 4 from the beginning, 4 from the end, if it's longer than 11 characters. So let's come back over here. I'm going to set up a property for that. Yeah, let's set up a property so that it's just formatted and available to us. Why am I dot? I shouldn't be dying myself. I've got somebody to do that for me. Well, Tony. Thank you. So I have a string, and this is thank you. Project title. Isn't there a special ellipsis character? I don't know if it appears properly on the device. That's a good question. It's like isn't it a UTF or a Unicode character? Does anybody know what that is? What that character is? That can help me out here? And I'm gonna add Carrie's cheer right here. 242. What day is today again? That. All right. So the project title it's U2026. Wouldn't a short name be better than wasting space with an ellipsis? Yeah. Yeah. So if that works, if that one Unicode character works, right? So if we say, if it is, then we can pull 5 from each side. So let's say, right, how do we get that unit? It's going to be a string dots. No. If settings model dot project name. I need the is null or empty around it. Is null. String is null or empty so I can guard against it. I'm returning empty string. And then I need to conditionally return if settings model project name dot length, if that's less than or equal to 11, then I'm returning that value. Settings model project name, yeah. Otherwise, now I've got to do the funny calculation. Not sure what code you'd want this in, but the page with UTF-1632 and entity info is there. Let's take a look, see what Robert Tables found for us. There it is. Unicode 2026. That would work. Okay. So how do I output that character in Unicode with .NET? Otherwise, we're going to output... So if I want the leftmost 5 characters, it's going to be settings model, project name, substring, 0, 5 characters. So I'm using the string interpolation here, right, by putting a $sign in front of this. C# will turn anything that's inside of brackets, the curly braces here, into code. It'll interpret that as code, and the results of that code, it'll drop right there. NSO 9. I accepted a position at large engineering company as a software engineer for when I graduate in a few months. Congratulations, NSO 1995. Yes. Good for you. Oh, absolutely love celebrating that. Big kudos to you. So if I do /u00baker9, that should drop that in there. And then if I output, then I'll do the same thing. Settings model, project name, substring. Now I want to go from the end. And I think from the end. Isn't there a way to get from the end? It's not substring. I thought there was another method that'll get you. Now I'm gonna have to do the funny math, aren't I? It's 2026. Okay, so I changed that to 2026, right? Tom McHugh, the Tom McHugh. Hang on, can we welcome the Tom McHugh? Hang on, give me a second here. Stop the music. Where is it? Stop the music. There we go. We got to welcome. Hang on, the Tom McHugh. We got to say a couple things here. The Tom McHugh, PH16, Philadelphia Gamer Networks. Tom McHugh happens to live right near me here. Not in Philadelphia, but hey, we can't all be perfect. This past weekend did a 3-day long, 72-hour gaming marathon to raise money for St. Jude. Tom, how much money did you end up raising for St. Jude all weekend long? It had to be amazing. It was we rated you the one day, 4,025. Phenomenal effort. Thank you so much, Tom, for raising money for kids, for folks that need help. At a hospital, they just need medical assistance. That is great stuff. Thanks so much, Tom, for all your great work here on Twitch, raising money for those folks. Yeah, thank you to everybody that stopped by. That was phenomenal. Great, great work. Now, I didn't think, isn't there a way? I thought there was a way you could say start index like -5, and it would start from the end and work back. I thought that was a thing. Isn't that a thing? Isn't that a cheater way of doing that? I think it is. Robert Table stopped by. Oh yeah, I didn't get a chance to tune in too much. I was there for a bit, but I did have a couple other things going on with the family over the weekend here. There it is. Settings model project name. I want to replace that everywhere. I did it. Oh, Karnak, why aren't you running? Great cause. Absolutely. I'm going to do a Control-H there to replace. You can see Karnak reporting that down there in the bottom. And I'm going to replace it with project title. Let's... Yeah, yep, I'll do it there. Sure, I'll do it there. I'll do it there. I'm not going to do it there. We're good. That's in our very own method. That's this one. Yeah, we're fine there, but that we want to change. Set title on did receive settings. Yes. We'll replace that. Good. All right. So we'll save that. Let's give this a shot and see. So we've turned the StreamDeck into a completely different product yet. Yes, it is now the developer deck. Hang on, wait a sec. We can do better. I'm going to cancel that one. I'm going to attach this one because, Tom, we are, in fact, turning it into the developer deck. It's fun. Try it sometime. You might like it. Yeah, you're right, animated Slinky. I was trying to be tricky and get it to count backwards for me. Rats. So we're gonna have to say settings project name length -5. And then it'll give me the thing. Still can't justify the purchase of one. Let me work on that. Let me work on that. There we go. And we did give away a few here on stream to a couple folks, and I hope they're finding good use. There we go. Look at that. Core tests. Why did I get 4 of them in there? 4? That feels weird. Currently downloading the entire charity stream. Oh, good luck. Oh, dear my. Oh.
Oh, my.
Yeah, thank you, George. It's so wonderful. It's great to see you again. Let's take a look back at that unit test action. No, it should be just those. Do we need to take off another character? Let's take another one off this side. See if we can make it fit better. Here we go. And cancel that one. I have to connect it, otherwise it doesn't actually properly run. Now. All right, well, now I don't have that extra. Oh, you know what? The extra dot was the dot from dot test. Ha-ha! Oh. And I pulled the first 5 characters. So I think we need to pull 4 from each side if we're going to do this. So we can get it all to fit. Rats. Rats. Rats, rats, rats. It's good to see you, Tom. No. I can't do that. I can't do the George Takei voice. He's got an amazing voice. I can't do a stream of just George Takei. It would be It would be terrible. No good. Very bad. Ah, that's much better. How's that look now? What do you think? And then if I start that one running, still running, show me the results. Show me the results. Show me the results. Show me the results. Dude, it just works like magic. Huh? See what I did there? Okay. So I think that's working pretty good. Wouldn't it be in some cases better to insert a new line? I don't know. How do I know where to break for the new line? I think there's some formatting there that we're kind of assuming. Tell you what. I want to make sure that I get to this Azure DevOps one, and I know Brave Cobra is sitting there thinking. Yes, he's thinking.
When's he getting to the unit tests?
And it's just not happening. So what I want to do, I appreciate wanting to write some unit tests for the unit test action. Whoa, that's kind of meta. Unit tests for the unit test action.
It can be done exactly how I want it.
It can.
The only question is, are you the man to do it?
I am, but not right now. I want to, not MS Test Project, I want XUnit. And we're going to call this, I'm going to call this plugin test on purpose so that it's in a completely different namespace so that it doesn't, who tests the testers? Oh, there you go. Who does? So I have something that can be used to build those tests, but for right now, I'm going to commit this, and I want to talk about I want to talk about and look at building a next action here. See what we can reuse, and then we'll build some tests. The Overseer. Woo! The Overseer? Smoothed out some of the display for a test. Test action. There we go. That feels good. There we go. I forget what my password is. Yeah. There it was. All right. Push that up, and we can write some unit tests and build this out, make it a little bit friendlier to test and maintain. But I want to introduce a second action. I want to get a second one into the mix here. And before I get into a second one, I don't need to record those. I want to turn off that sample one that's sitting in my project folder, which is in app data. Yeah. So right now, every time that you build and you're working with your StreamDeck and you add custom plugins, they end up coming into this plugin folder. App data roaming, Elgato, StreamDeck plugins, and they're sitting here in this structure. I'm going to get rid of the sample plugin. I don't need that. But in order for me to delete that, I need to stop. Hello! One of the StreamDeck apps. The password is *****************. No. Overseer Injection Factory Manager Implementation. You sound like a Java class name there. And I don't have my buttons. I can't make fun of myself because I've killed it. I've killed it, but it's still running. How's that work? That doesn't feel right. That doesn't feel right at all. Look at all the sample plugins. Look at them all! That's not good. Right? And the Fritz StreamDeck dashboard should not be down here. Yeah, it's not down here. It's gone. Haha! But the sample one... Yeah. Curious. Yeah, there's sample plugin. It's clearly not releasing its resource properly. We're going to need to address that. Yeah, but mine's gone already. So now I should be able to delete this. There we go. Hey, Spadicoli, good to see you. You heard the typing, it's Hunter 2. The number of Hunter 2 references amazes me sometimes. A service for that. The software architecture jokes are being laid thick right now. All right, so I think if we built a nice Azure Pipelines status monitor that popped up here, our friend Donovan Brown and the League of Extraordinary Cloud Developer Advocates would be so happy to see that. Right? The League, as it were. I'm going to restart the Stream Deck because I can. And it should prompt me to attach to the Stream Deck dashboard one, yeah. And that's because I have it in this debug mode, right? If I turned it around and turned off the debug mode, right, it should be running inside of here. Yeah, break. If I turn that off, it'll actually run through and won't require me to attach the debugger, and it won't try to attach the debugger either. But for right now, I'm going to leave it in there. Stop. So what I want to do is I want to build a new plugin, and I want to attach to Azure DevOps. And I want to get pipeline status. Right? Map your blah, blah, blah. Show your release pipeline status. Create your first pipeline. Options for Azure pipelines. We should be able to... Who's that guy? That's Mickey Gousset, of course. We should be able to get a URL with the status. Yeah, I know you can see the status. I want to get that somewhere else. Azure DevOps status badges. What do you have for me? markstan.net. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you've got scripts. Good. What's it look like? What's it look like? What's that URL look like? Because I'd love to get that badge. Azure DevOps Team Wiki. No. No. It's got to be here somewhere. The League of Extraordinary Cloud Developer Advocates has a ring like a superhero team. It does, Stelzy, and they intended that. Top 5 open source features in Azure pipelines. Code in GitHub, build in Azure. You know what? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to go to the pipelines. There's got to be documentation here. Get in there. All right, here we go.
Why did Fritz take his hat off? What is this?
Yeah, I know. I did. Schwa77, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you joining us. Look forward to seeing you in the chat room. The badges you can find in the option in the pipeline. I know you can, but I want to find out. REST API reference. Bazinga. This is where I want to be. Request message header, message body, authenticate. Oh dear Lord. I'm gonna get a pipeline. All right, let's look. No, not there. Build. Builds. Okay. Badge. Get. Hey. Get badge build data. Gets a badge that indicates the status of the most recent build of the specific branch. Yahtzee. Oh. Yes. Oh.
Oh my.
Oh my. Yes, George.
Wow.
There's a ton of data here. Okay. With optional parameters. Branch name, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So what if we did this? Hey, Ozcoder. Good morning. I didn't start... I probably started early for you because we had daylight savings time adjust. Oh my gosh. Is that Josen Uno Cardoso? Welcome. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate you joining us. 5688 on the follow tote board. Nice. I'm going to be dyeing this beard for sure. I know it. It's coming. Like I don't know what. Like something. It's going to be terrible. Let's see here. Did something happen? No. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. I've been keeping tabs on. So, if you're a longtime viewer of the stream, you might remember and if you don't remember, you can find it on the YouTube channel. My first ever guest was Iris Klassen. And just before stream started, I was talking to her about her interest in getting started streaming and writing code. And we're trying to organize having her back on as a guest, and also getting her off her feet and getting started, get up and running with live streaming. And that's something that I'm always happy to encourage anyone and give them the assistance they might need to get started streaming. But it looks like, now tell me if I'm wrong here and verify my idea here, chat room, after I say welcome to Kitty Pumpkins. Good evening, welcome. Thanks so much for joining us. I look forward to seeing you in the chat room, Kitty. Or Pumpkins. Or whichever way you like to be referred to. There she is. They are. Good to see you. I can't read gender there, so I'm going to assume a they. Kitty works. All right. Good to see you, Kitty. Thank you for joining us. So I think, and help me verify my idea here, chat room. What I'm thinking is having a button here where you can specify your Azure pipeline, right? So we have an Azure Pipelines action that basically builds this URL to monitor by giving you these same fields down here that we need to fill in to make this work. This way, we'll pull that Azure REST API occasionally. I don't know how occasionally. We'll just pull it occasionally, and it's not telling me how frequently is too frequently, so I'm going to pull it every 100 milliseconds. Probably too frequently. Is that too frequently?
Totes my goats.
Okay, it's too frequently. We'll figure out what's frequent enough. And then we'll paint the button appropriately, the status of the build. What do you think? So what does it return? It returns a 200 OK with a string indicating successful operation. So let's try this. Will the picture of the badge big enough to properly see it? Let's figure it out. You know what, Stelzy? Let's figure it out. So that's what the template looks like. So I have one right now for, this is Fritz and Friends. And then it's StreamDeck Toolkit? Repo type. I think it's GitHub. There we go. The user is not authorized. You're kidding. Add a service hook to update the badge. Ooh, Inzanet. I like that idea. I like that idea. I think I didn't. I don't think I structured my URL correctly. Let me verify that first. But you might be onto something. That's not right. That's not where... You didn't ask me to log in there, punk. Nice to include in the stream overlay in OBS. You know what? For Vex... nah, Vex took off. Right, did he? Yeah, it looks like Vex took off. That might be a good idea to bring in. Let me go back. Azure, devazure.com. You may need header with security to hit the API. I don't think so. And the reason I don't think so is because you don't need that. Right? That API that it uses, when I go to... Well, here's GitHub. Mike Eaton is here. Hello, and oh my gosh, five subs. Hello. Thank you very, very much for the very kind gift. Jesse Skinner, Ed is at ETD5, Teely His, Lambda Malfunction, and Nifix777. And congratulations, you've all got subscriptions now, thanks to our friend Mike Eaton. That's very kind of you, Mike, and we'll make matching donations to Black Girls Code this quarter. And lucky number 7 subscribing with Twitch Prime. Thank you so much. We'll make a donation to Black Girls Code. That is phenomenal. Thank you so much, everybody. I'm flattered. I'm thrilled for your support. And you all get to use the 12 emotes that we have right now, wherever fine emotes are accepted here on Twitch. The more you know. Your first day. Your first day? What? What happened? What did I miss? Is Mike starting to stream? No. I see that cheesy grin in chat. What is that? What is that? There's a thing going on there. I don't know what it is yet. What's happening? Let me look over here. Did something? No? We're good. We're good. Yeah. It's not... He's incredibly awesome. Yeah. So where am I going here? I was doing a thing. Oh, so I was showing. Look, I want to use the exact same deal here. Gareth, thank you so much for the resub. 7 months. 9 months total. Fantastic. Thank you so much for that sub. And we'll make a donation to Black Girls Code. Yeah, love the hype. So these buttons here are actually, right, if we look at the source for these, right, if I view image info, that's not right. That's not right. This one. View image info. There we go. That's still not right. Doesn't feel right. Why is it? Right, these should be there. Look, if you look on the bottom, Dev Azure.com, Fritz and Friends, StreamDeck Tools, build latest, definition ID equals 8. Right? Oh, that's the link that it's going to. Yeah, there's a thing there to do that. I'm going to log in with this one. Oh, what's my password? Is it this? I think that's what it is. I think. Yeah, good. Portal. I didn't want that. I was on devazure.com and I went portal and it took me. No. I want Azure DevOps. Why are those two different things? Go to the README. Go to the README of here. Yeah. Right? If I open the README up and we look at the raw there. There we go. So build status, APIs build status, and it returns that button, right? So if I copy that, thank you, and I navigate, it gives me an image, right? But there's a way to also get the JSON for that. Circle CI, Travis CI for DevOps things. Okay. You can use those things. They're great. They're great too. You're welcome to use them. Where did it go? I was over here. And that's for a release, and that's the Shields IO that does it as well. So I can get the image by going to this location. Right, so let's copy that. Let's see. Don't need that. Right, that's the image location. And then to get the actual API. Who's this JSON dude? Yeah, he's the guy who shot XML. Yeah, right? He shot JR. Right, I should be able to get the Azure DevOps status. Yeah, of course it's expired. Right, so let's look at this again. So if I take a look at that, if that's the template URL, right? So APIs build repos, repo type, badge. The repository type. What's the repository type? And it's required. So organization is going to be, in this case, Fritz and Friends. This would be StreamDeck tools. Repo type. Is that GitHub? Like that? Right? Does that work? He wears a hockey mask. He shot Mr. Burns. Okay. Value cannot be null. Branch name. To hell it can't. This says it can be. Who do you think you are? All right, so let's try putting branch name in there. Branch name equals master. Repository ID for GitHub repository should be in the form owner name repository. All right. So is it Fritz and Friends slash? No. So how do we, what's the slash escape to? Wait, this doesn't make sense. Try that one. All right, let's see what you got with that one. That's where I am. Badge get. So, yeah, I'll try this one. But look, I need the definition ID there. I don't want the... All right. So, definition ID was... Right, if I look here... not that one. Bad example. This one. Right, and if I look at builds, this right here, definition is 8. All right, so definition. Oh boy. Project. What's project? What's project? Gonna lurk on you while I eat my dinner. Okay. Oh my gosh. It's Ellie-Face. Hello, hello. Be careful. She moves fast and breaks things. That was something in the kitchen. I'm so sorry to hear that. My bad. I didn't mean to bump that. It was probably Spicy. Blame Spicy. Kevin Spicy broke that. Not me. It was Spicy. Over there. Actually, he's over that way. He's off camera over that way. Clean as you go. Spicy tip. So is the project... So I'm trying to figure out, is the project StreamDeck Tools CI? Is that what that is? If that's that, then The organization is Fritz and Friends, like that. You suck. Spider-Verse is so good. Is it? Haven't seen it. I tried to go, but there was nobody there. The movie was already gone. Thirded. Wow. Wow. It won Animated Picture of the Year. Yeah. Academy Award winning. So this is telling me that the request is invalid. I'm beginning to think that these badge... Right? Get the build badge data. I'm beginning to think that this doesn't work. And I'm going to log an appropriate message. No, I can't give feedback on this. Oh, you dirty, dirty dog, you. Preview version docs. You're kidding, right? So it's 5.1. 5.1 preview 2. I don't want the preview. I want the real version. 5.0. Preview 2. I don't want preview 2. Give me 4.1. Preview 1. I don't think any of these work. We'll try the latest one. 5.1 preview 2. I want to get the data. Give me the data. Repo type. GitHub. Project was StreamDeck Tools CI. Organization. Fritz and... not... oh, dear Lord. Fritz and Friends. The following project does not exist. Is broken. It don't work. Project is just StreamDeck Tools. Now, why do you think that? I mean, okay, that's the name of my pipeline. Let's try shortening it then. All right, no problem. Let's yank that. Nope. Nope. These documents are not accurate. No. This API does not work. Are you on the right version of the doc? I'm on the latest version of the doc. Create a profile to save progress. Do you know who I am? Evidently you don't. I need to give it a branch name. That's not what this says. See that, Gareth? He's broken. All right, so let's back up. And let's add a branch name. I'll be happy to give it a branch name. This is the syntax they want for the branch name. So let's do it. I will add a branch name, even though it's not required. And I will tell it master. And now it's telling me that the repository ID must be different. So the documentation is not accurate. Ellieface. Do you know who I am?
No, I don't. I don't care. Fix it.
Okay. I feel like we did this once. We've done this several. I'll give you a branch name. I dubbed the Broken Son of Gun. So it's... all right. So let's be serious here. The documentation is not accurate. What it's saying here as required fields are in fact... What it's saying is optional fields are in fact required. Fine. It's not telling us what the repository types are here. Right? This is the repository type field that it's requesting. I don't know. It is a valid repository type, you know. Is it a flubber repository type? See, you don't even know what that is. Right? Well, what are the available repository types? Is this a Visual Studio repository type? No. Is it a TFS repository type? No. Is it a SourceSafe repository type? No. SVN? Are you freaking kidding me? I cannot. Can somebody clip that? Can somebody clip that, please? Let's say I need the repository ID, which feels strange to ask for. Because and I see you saying that, Gareth. Feels weird because I'm not asking you to look at my source code. I'm asking for the status of the project on DevOps. GitHub is not being referenced here. I want the status of the build. I want the status of this pipeline. I'm not asking you to look at and I've got 2 new builds since I started here. Hey, look at that. I'm not asking you to look at GitHub at all. I'm asking you to look at this page, which does not have any GitHub data on it. VSS, right? I will change this to GitHub. I will say repo ID equals. And now I've got to get my GitHub repository to match my project repository that's configured for the pipeline. So now I've got to get this, I've got to make these congruent. They have to match. And, right, so I'm looking at this build pipeline, and then I'm looking over here at this location, and it doesn't, even though they match, right, it's telling me never built, but in fact it has built. Can I copy the URL info from DevOps? Tried it. Okay, so devazure.com. What is open source? Branch name equals and label equals Linux build. Okay, so I can change my label is what you're telling me. Right? No, wouldn't let me change that label. No. devazure.com blah 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 /API/build/status /API/build. Okay, so I'm not on a build status. I'm trying to, right? I'm trying to get the badge data. Build definitions. That's not it either. builds. I want, no. Status. Okay. Why isn't this up with builds? Feels like it's in the whatever. I'm not going to question the folks that are writing these documents, but I am going to say I disagree with them. Okay, organization, project, API build status. That's so okay. So let's try that syntax. And I'm going to go without the optional parameters and see how much it really needs here. So organization is Fritz and Friends. Project is StreamDeck Toolkit. And the definition is that StreamDeck StreamDeck Tools dash it's tools, not toolkit. Tools dash CI. That works. Now we're on to something. That's much better, but I'm still looking at an image. I would rather be looking at details, right? I'd rather be looking at some data. It's giving me a document in SVG format. Yeah. Do we have, what information do we have here? Activity ID, cache control, content type, date, expires, privacy information, process ID, session, user data. Look at that. Well, that's interesting. Oh dear God, they gave us a bunch of cookies. No, not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for somewhere that I can pick up that it succeeded. Is it maybe hiding in the source to the SVG? Right, if I wanted to view that as XML. There it is. Right, so SVG, Scalable Vector Graphics. It's actually not just an image, but it's XML. Cookies. Yeah. Yeah. So we can find that succeeded label. We can detect that. We can also change it. I don't think we need the pill. I don't think we need the pill. Those who code together, drink together.
I drink and I know things.
This guy right here. I just want to get the status. And then I want to be able to press the button and kick it off. Ellie Face drinks water.
And you blew it!
You blew it. No, it's fine. Ellie Face, we can make her better. We can improve her. All right, so we have status. Can I get the status? What is configuration? 1 a.m. here. Let me go get some covfefe. Oh, I see what you did there. We've got G Fuel. And it's upside down. Is it smart water? No, it's dumb water.
Totes my goats.
Yes, it's dumb water. Yeah, see that? It's dumb water. And dumb water...
It's illegal in 9 countries.
It is. It's illegal in 9 countries. So, sorry, Canada. No dumb water for you. It's too late in the day for G Fuel. Yeah, I can buy that. I can buy that. Let's see here. So I could get this get the SVG just to find that succeeded element there. Dumb water has more than 0 calories. Yes. I was drinking sour cherry today. Today it's rainbow sherbet. Yes.
You can do it!
I can drink all the G Fuel I want. Depends on if it has G Fuel remnants in it. Yeah. Finally getting the powder water mixture right. So Michael Jolly, use ice. Use ice, and I don't use the funnel on the scoop. Don't use that. Flatten off the scoop. I even take it a little bit below and make sure you use ice, and it's great. It's good stuff there. All right, where am I going? I was doing a thing here. Yeah.
Make it so.
I think we're going to query get this, and we'll set a image appropriately on our button based on whether or not succeeded appears here. Now, the question is, yeah, scoop to below the funnel. I actually break the funnel top off because I don't use it, and use just the flat top of the square scoop. LA Face is an expert with G Fuel. Expert. She makes Jello shots with G Fuel, and try that out. Try flattening it off the top. It does seem right, yeah. Which sample pack of G Fuel should I get? I was a big fan of Fruit Punch. The sample set where they just randomly give you they don't randomly, but they give you their most popular flavors is really good. They have them in tubs on Amazon. Are you kidding? Is it cheaper on Amazon? Oh my gosh! Ellie Face. Where's Ellie Face? Is she still here? Where'd she go?
People know me.
It's $10 cheaper. $15 cheaper on Amazon. Holy cannoli! Stop the press. And I've been buying directly from them. Well, when it's the 2-for-1, you buy it directly from G Fuel. They do that 2-for-1 frequently. I did not know that. It's so much cheaper. Yeah, that's where I need to cheer bits to Robert Tables. I wish I could do that, but I can't. All right, moving on. Got to get back to this thing. We're doing a thing here. I don't... All right, so if I fetch this, how frequently can I fetch this? Does it have like a... Is there a rate limit listed here? No. Get started. Tell me there's a rate limit. Tell me what the rate limit is. Yeah. API version. Every API request should include an API version to avoid having your app or service break. Okay, fine. What's the frequency? Kenneth? No. No. Yeah, Ellie Face is still here. I'm trying to shout her out. I'm trying to Beetlejuice here. Come on now.
Inconceivable!
Hey, Nightshade dude. Yeah, with the... See, I like that Clippy. And okay. Carrie's look... I'm looking for... So, Brave Cobra, I'm looking for how frequently I can request that API to get the status from Azure DevOps. Yeah, well, I'd love to get a response like this, but it doesn't. Right, getting started. Create the request, cancel the request. Oh, look, the Fierce Kittens emotes are out. Fierce Kittens isn't streaming tonight. She'll be back tomorrow. She's taking a couple nights. Spend some time with the family. API and TFS version mapping, related content. I don't see anything about API limits. No. There are no limits. It's just like Zombo.com. Did we decide to do REST instead of the .NET API? There's a .NET API. Conceptual documentation. No, there isn't. There's APIs for Node and Python and Swagger, but there's conceptual documentation for .NET. So let me get this right. Where does it say 200 every 5 minutes? Rate. Separated. Integrate documentation. Accurate. No. What do we got there? Concepts, rate limits. Now, why didn't I see rate limits? Current rate limits. Global consumption limit. One of the shared resources as at WISC. Yeah, okay. $200 TSTU limit for an internal pipeline in a sliding 5-minute window. So over 5 minutes, that's 60 seconds. That's one every 2 seconds. Do I stay here or go watch your son's Destiny 2 stream? Yeah, I gotta go see the son's stream. You gotta go see Destiny 2. Absolutely. It's your son, dude. Or, you know what? Maybe we'll get some of our documentation down here. Okay. So, we're looking for... We're going to look for... Not that. This format. Yeah. And... 200 per 5-minute interval. If I go once every 5 seconds, that's 12 times a minute. That's 72. So let's go once every 5 seconds. I think that works. And then, so if we query it on that interval, and right, where'd it go? Here, right? Yeah, I was just about to get to concepts. .NET Client Libraries. It's a concept. It isn't actually a thing. We should be able to integrate. Be great if we could just such as organization profile, identity, security. Okay. I don't want interactive sign-in. Public REST APIs. All right, so if I go to this one. Yeah. You can pretend to know what's going on? Sure you can, Mike. Sure. Always pretend. No, I think the... what's the API coming out of this? This is fooget.org. This is written by... what's his name? Frank... oh... I can't remember his name. But it's a takeoff of NuGet that actually shows you all the content of the packages. So I can see all the namespaces in here for this. Oh my gosh. So I want to get like status. I want to get like build status. Right? I don't see build. I don't see pipeline. API, web API. Yeah. I don't see an integration point here that's real easy for me to find and use. And now I feel shame. Client storage contracts, diagnostics. Oh, forget it. No. It doesn't match up at all. Yeah. Yeah. All right, so if I fetch that, turn it into XML, parse the XML, and I can determine whether or not it's succeeded and show that, along with maybe the build version number. But I don't really have, right? I don't have a build version number in here. So if I could get, oh, are you kidding? I didn't mean to do that. There we go. If I could get that status, right? No. Excuse me. If I could get the provides methods to generate SVG images representing the status of builds. I don't want that. I want the build gets a build. Gets a list of builds. This couldn't be good. Get build badge data. If I went here, right, and if I was able to get this one to work. All right, so if branch name is master, if the repo ID is Fritz and Friends StreamDeck Toolkit, repo type was GitHub, project is StreamDeck Tools, Fritz and Friends. No! Come back! You're kidding. You included the get when I said copy? You're... Inconceivable! Yeah. Try this again. StreamDeck Tools. I want a GitHub repository type. Fritz and Friends. StreamDeck Toolkit is the name of my repository. Branch name is Master. Never built. Okay. So I'm convinced this doesn't work. Prove me wrong. Unlucky. Yeah, maybe. So I would really like to be able to get not the build number. And not just the status. Well, if I have the name of the project, isn't the URL shown in DevOps? The URL for the badge is, I don't want the badge, I want the status, and I want the other information about what happened. Because it is available as a report, and it appears to be delivered as a report using this. And it doesn't work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to navigate to the badge, and that's what this URL is, the badge. And I'm going to just pull off succeeded, and I'll have the name of your project because you're going to key it into the web page, and then I'll be able to go from there and build it out. What's the end goal actually? So what I'd like to do, right? I'd like to have a button that shows me the current status of the build from Azure DevOps. I'd like to be able to push that button and trigger a manual build. And I think that will do all the cool things that I want. Oh my gosh. All right. So if I were to add another action for that, right? So I'm going to add another model to start with. And I'll call this my Azure DevOps pipeline settings. So I have a build working from a queue. You should get a build ID that you can query. Yes. Yes. However, according to the documentation, that's not it. I don't need a build ID. Build status. Right? So, and this is where I'm going, and I'm getting, right, that's that syntax that you see there. API's build status. I'm going to the same place. This is what I'm using. The documentation is never wrong. Watch me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to query that. This returns a badge. Generate SVG image. It returns an image. I'm going to parse that image and report it. So what I need for settings, looking at this, I need the organization name. I need the project name. Let's just call it org name. I don't want to have to think about this. Project name. Right, build status. And then this is the name of the pipeline that we're watching. Right.
And then?
I'll go create an action class over here next to this one. And I'll call this Azure DevOps Pipeline Status Action by noun here eat at Joe's class base class. Too much. Too much? All right. Let's make this a public class, and we're going to inherit from base. No, I want the same base as my unit test action. This one. And that's going to be these settings for our states. All right, now I've got a thing. So this doesn't need authentication. I don't want you to have to authenticate to get this. So here's what I'm going to do. It's running late. We've already gone across our 2 hours. I don't want to build too much more, but I'm going to jot our notes down. Carry these into here. Fetch from URL similar to. And I'm going to move these over like that. So I've got those notes now. I can get rid of this. Notes. Yes, notes. We love notes. Notes.
Wait, let me explain something to you.
They'll follow my code. Yeah, they won't compile it to anything, but they're there so that when we go to actually update and write something, there they are. All right. So, conceptual documentation is less work and sounds well more fancy than any old boring documentation. Yeah. Yeah. And it doesn't work. And that makes me feel bad. Just making sure we're good. Oh my gosh. Now, why didn't I hear noise for that? Stream Elements, you're letting me down here. Robert Tables. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for that very kind cheer. Great sentiment tonight. It's up on the last 5 minutes. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Thank you. So now what? We're going to need a property inspector. Oh, Carrie. Oh my gosh. Thank you very much for that cheer. And we'll make donations to Black Girls Code. All right. Whoa! Robert Tables. Oh my goodness. Thank you very much for that cheer. Wow. Thank you for all the biddies. Oh my gosh, that is phenomenal. The gauntlet has been thrown. Please. I am flattered. I'm at a loss. I need to add a property inspector that's going to look similar to our unit test one. So I'm going to start as any good developer would do. I'm going to copy paste so I've got something here. And I'll rename this to, I'm going to call it Azure DevOps Status. Yeah, I think that works. You pass the cheer tiara to Robertables. Windows Fast Ring 18356 wants to install. Good luck with that. Have a good one, Spadicoli. Enjoy. Yes. Oh, I copy paste all the time. And I need to update my manifest. The manifest is where it indicates here's all the actions, all the things that it knows how to do. So we need to add another one here for the DevOps action. I don't know what's going on over there, but I've seen Kevin Spicy start and stop his stream several times. If you want to come to the office wearing a tiara. That's funny. So I need an icon specific for the Azure DevOps. We'll come back to that. Name, Azure DevOps status. And then we'll need some states here, so we'll need to figure that out. Property inspector, not unit test. It's now Azure DevOps status. Tooltip. Monitor Azure DevOps build status. And then we'll change this to Azure. Oh, it's got to be all lowercase. Like that. Yeah. And a category. Now, where's category plug into the bit here? Right? Developer Elgato. No, not there. Manifest. Where is it? Category. It's optional. The name of a custom category in which the action should be listed. So this is for... Where's the category? For the action? No. For the plugin. Right? Somewhere down in here. Developer tools. Root level. Fantastic. So that makes sense. We need a good URL for this. All right, we'll get back to that. Now let's put the URL for the project, not that one. It is here. That's our URL. And no! That's better. All right. Now that's a thing. Okay. So we don't have all the button states and things in here yet, but I do have my action. And my unit. Why do I have so many unit? How's that work? That's fine. That's fine. I know why. I need to put an action UUID on this. This is the unique identifier that this matches up to in manifest JSON, which I declared as this. So I'll just copy that, paste, and now that's set properly. Now it knows how to connect the two. So now in here, thank you, Sukai Boru. Oh my gosh, Sukai Baro. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I'm sure I'm butchering it with my terrible American accent. Suze Hinton made an LED one a long time ago. Oh, the LED tiara. Yep, she did. She made one. America.
60% of the time, it works every time.
Every time. 60% of the time. Because I've got a very specific set of skills. Very specific.
But what I do have...
Do you?
Are a very particular set of skills.
Is that so?
Skills I've acquired over a very long career.
Very long career because I'm old. And I'm a member of AARP. And they send me a check once a month. And I cash it in. Now what do I need to do? When does the Black Girls Code sponsorship end? They've been making out like a bandit the last 2 months. So it's going to be for the first quarter. So we're going to end it at the end of this month, and then we'll switch over to a different group that we'll be supporting for April, May, June. And here's the thing. It's Twitch does the payouts for each month, 45 days net. So the January, cheers, we should be able to donate to Black Girls Code in the next week or so. Stay tuned. I'm so old and I get discounts at Denny's, gosh darn it. Yeah, okay. All right, so I have unit test settings, Azure DevOps. No, where is it? Azure DevOps status HTML. Here. Every charity is going to make out like a bandit. Yeah. There's going to be a thing we're going to do there. We shall see how that turns out. Oh yes. All right. So here, the three values that we need to collect are the organization name, the project name, and the pipeline name. Let's see if I can collect these real quick. How much did we end up donating to Girl Develop It? So we made an initial donation of $1,100 to Girl Develop It. The remainder is sitting in account. I'm waiting to see what happens with the organization. They've gone on hiatus due to some organizational challenges. And when they come back, we'll look at making the remaining donation. But we got to see what happens there. And if something happens with Girl Develop It and they don't come back, we'll donate it to somewhere else. It is still earmarked, yes. So, and I will announce and I will make that donation on stream. So, all right, let's do this. I'm going to collect these three values. So it is, I'm in the wrong HTML. That's what it is. Organization name. So let's say, organization name. See that? That was the Canadian in me. I'm not Canadian. Found a URI that worked if I have the org, project, and build ID. You're all the way down to API version 2, though. Yeah, there's a little bit of internal challenges, internal strife right there at Girl Develop It right now. So I don't have a file like this where I want to say select file, right? Because that looks like over here, not that. Bad example. Down here. Select file is right next to it. Oh, wait a sec. Let's do this right here. So, right, so the heading is Azure DevOps information. And then it's going to be organization name here. Like that. At their last meeting, one lady was all, yeah. No, Michael Jolly, I'm not, no. There's some significant arguments that folks are having over some things that, quite frankly, shouldn't be a question. So, must allow translation between American English and proper English, otherwise known as English. And what comes out the other side is Australian English. No. Good to see you, Crows 4K. Thanks for stopping in. I'm going to change this from a... Right, that's a label and a label. No file and choose file. I guess that's all right. No organization? No. Yeah, you know what? We've gone a little bit long here. And I'm quite frankly losing a little bit of attention here, and I need to get my arms wrapped around this and make sure that I build this properly. I'm going to save this off for right now. Let's push this into... Where is it? There. Let's get checkout -B, and let's call this feature DevOps status. Started work on a DevOps status button. Action. There we go. Fantastic. And if I try and push, it's going to tell me to do the set upstream, which I really just wish it just prompted me for. And then we did it live. All right. I think we've got something. What better time to go write a state machine? No. Bad idea, Robertables. Bad idea. Naughty. Very bad. Don't do that. That looks promising. That one is broken. Yeah, this looks broken. Works for you? Well, you need the definition ID as well in here. That's one thing that we might need to do a little bit of work to go fetch and present. But for now, I'm going to call it a night. It's a little bit late here. I want to take it a little bit easier. And let's see if there's some... Oh, the state machine incident. Yeah, that was a thing. But we've learned something off of that, and we've built something great. So, thanks everybody for joining me. This was pretty cool. Yeah, the pipeline name. I know. Could I try your link above? Sure. There it goes. I get nothing. So that didn't return. Thanks so much, everybody, for joining me. Let's see if there's anybody out there in the science and technology space that we want to raid. Anybody out here? Let's see. I know this C# Fritz guy. I don't want to raid Our Chicken Life. That would be weird. Looking. Bueller. I can do that. I actually have that. That's here somewhere.
Bueller. It's
here. Come on, let's find somebody to raid. We want to find somebody to raid.
Bueller.
No. Tell you what. You know what? Can we... Is Mike here?
Bueller.
Is Mike Eaton still here? I think he went to go see his son. I was going to say, let's raid Mike's son. There's always Quill Tony. Is she still on? No, she's not still on. Ellie Face is on. We could go to Ellie Face, yeah. No, it doesn't look like Quill Tony's live right now. But we could raid. Yeah. Quiltoni's offline. Oh, she's hosting Bonsai Baby. Oh my gosh. No, we got to raid Bonsai Baby. If you haven't seen, and we've raided LA Face a couple times, let's raid Bonsai Baby. There we go. Bonsai Baby's a creative streamer. She's always building stuff. She's got some really neat things that she's always working on stream. Let's go over and say hello to her. Yeah, let's get the bots ready. There we go. Copy out that. There's some spaces it's missing there. And I need to get rid of the carriage returns. But copy that. Get ready to head over there. Say hello to Bonsai Baby. This is going to be great. Thanks so much, everybody, for joining me. I'll be back on Thursday. Thursday, we're going to have a live all-day workshop on Windows app development. I hope you join me. It'll be hosted here, and it'll be live over on the Visual Studio channel. Friday, we'll be streaming at our normal time on Friday, but in the afternoon, right after it, Virtual Dev Intersection with my co-host, Richard Campbell. Our guests will be Billy Hollis and Brady Gaster. I hope you tune in, and then we'll see you starting on Sunday, live from Seattle and the MVP Summit. We're going to have guests next week, all week. It's going to be tremendous. Say hi to Bonsai Baby for me. Take care, everybody. We'll see you then.